Well, we expected maybe more fireworks from the French in that first half, but Australia have done well against them, haven't they?
Yeah, well, for me, they started well. France actually had a few chances early on in the game, but then Australia grew into the game, I felt, and very comfortable. In fact, you know, the front three, we talked about the French front three before the game, and after the opening period, they were very quiet after that, and you've got to give Australia great credit. You know, we talked about Van Marwijk had enough time to set this team up defensively, and you can see clearly they were well drilled, well marshalled, and the French didn't have the answer to sort of break them down. Yeah,
so Keith, do you also think that it's a case of the Australian defence marshalling those very dangerous front three? And that's what's kept it at scoreless?
Very, very well drilled. We said at the top of the show in terms of them defensively, very unsure about Australia. What we thought they wouldn't be very organised in terms of those banks of four. Rogic has dropped in at times. They've been very, very difficult to break down. But on the flip side of that, this is what you weren't sure about France coming into this. The consistency in terms of team selection, the formation that he chooses, the front three haven't sparked at all. The supply to them, the passing has been a little bit pedestrian at times, the tempo of the game, and it's suited Australia. They've been able to drop back in and nullify practically everything that France have thrown at them.
Yeah, Ray made reference to it in commentary, did he, that there was a lack of cohesiveness among that front three. Did you see that too?
Yeah, they were a bit static. It's always... It's not easy when you play against a team that sits deep, and because you know, two of the biggest strengths of Dembele and Mbappe are the pace, and if you haven't got any space to run in, then it's very hard to use that strength. And this is where, talked about Pogba before, this is where I expect more from him, because you know, if you look at Spain yesterday, if you look at other teams, when you play against a packed defence, you want a player who creates something out of nothing. Only once, twice a half, but he creates something. And this is where I was disappointed with France. Yes, it's hard, and Australia did well. But for a team with a quality in the team, you've got to create more, because they hardly created a series opening in the first half. And for the possession they had, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, for making something out of nothing. We could reference Ronaldo last night. He certainly did that. We'll talk about that later on. But